South Korea's president is calling for a government investigation into the national team's World Cup group stage exit, and the head coach has already announced he's stepping down. That's the headline out of Seoul today, and it's a remarkable story not just of footballing disappointment, but of political fallout reaching all the way to the top of government. Let's break down what happened. South Korea entered this World Cup as the second highest ranked team in their group, which on paper looked promising. But the results on the pitch told a very different story. Hong Myung-bo's side picked up just 3 points across their 3 matches, a win against Czech Republic, but losses to co-hosts Mexico and South Africa. That left their fate in other teams' hands, and ultimately, they didn't make the cut as one of the 8 best third-place teams. Group stage exit. Tournament over. Now, for many countries, that would lead to some soul-searching and maybe a coaching change. But South Korea's response has gone much further than that. President Lee Jae-myung took to X, formerly Twitter, with a lengthy statement that didn't pull any punches. He said, and I'm quoting here, "I am not just taken aback by this unexpected outcome, I am utterly baffled." He went further, appearing to question the very process by which head coach Hong was appointed in the first place, suggesting that competence hadn't been the priority when selecting him for the role. He also raised concerns about a failure to distinguish between public and private interests in that appointed allegation. The president also cited the taxpayer money involved. This isn't just a sporting failure in his view, it's a matter of public accountability. He's asked the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism to thoroughly investigate what went wrong, analyze the causes, and come up with concrete measures to make sure this never happens again. He used the word swiftly, so this isn't a slow burn inquiry. There's political urgency here. And then there's Hong Myung-bo himself. On Sunday, he announced he's stepping down. His statement was measured and dignified. He said it wasn't an easy decision to take the role, but once he did, he thought of nothing else except being responsible until the very last moment. He accepted, in his own words, all the responsibility for the campaign's failure. It's worth remembering who Hong is. He's one of Asia's greatest ever footballers, a defender who earned 136 caps for South Korea as a player. He had a previous stint as head coach back in 2013, and returned to the job in 2024. And to his credit, he actually got South Korea to this World Cup without losing a single qualification match. But the group stage performance wiped all of that out in terms of public perception. There's also a backstory to his appointment that's resurfacing now. When Hong was hired by the Korean Football Association last year, the sports ministry at the time called on the KFA to review the decision, alleging the association had broken its own rules and that the interview process was, quote, difficult to see as reasonable. The KFA denied any wrongdoing. Now, with the president himself weighing in, that controversy is back in the spotlight. The KFA has been asked to comment, but hasn't responded yet. So what you have here is a confluence of sporting failure, questions about governance, and a president willing to make this a political issue. Whether that leads to meaningful reform of South Korean football administration, or whether it's more about managing public anger in the short term, remains to be seen. South Korea are out of the World Cup, their coach is gone, and their football federation is facing scrutiny from the very top of government, a stunning end to what looked, on paper, like a promising tournament run.